Well, it's that time of the night. I'm up here. There's the moon. Hello, moon. By the way, we never landed in that motherfucker on 68. Listen, for those of you that grew up with black and white TV and then VCRs, you know there's no fucking possible. We couldn't even rewind tapes, but we went to the moon. Anyway, by now you should have already watched the other video where I am saying that the court should order a share recall just because, let's face it, it's pretty much. I was hearing birds flying the fuck around, but I didn't see no birds. So I don't know. I didn't see a bird or an airplane. But let me tell you something. For anybody flying in here thinking about a bird strike, let me tell you something. Birds at night and airplanes. You can't make this shit up. But anyway, here's my take with this share recall. See, the judge is trying to decide on the settlement. And I get it. I totally understand. The settlement is basically what the whole lawsuit thing is about. And obviously, for us to, opt out if we want to opt out, have our voices heard. But the whole thing about it is this. One of the main problems we've had with AMC from the very beginning is how many shares, how many shareholders, what's going on with the brokers, are they creating synthetics, which, obviously by now, if you've been around, you know what's the hypothesis on that one. Now, hear me on something. The settlement, I believe, needs a share recall because the way a recall would work is this. Once they recall shares like at a certain buy price, like a settlement if you would, you know what that will do? Because first of all, they got to notify everybody that this is happening. So everybody gets notified, and then on a certain day, guess what happens? The stock price, it goes to the moon. Why? Because everybody has to cover. You cannot have a share recall and have synthetics out there, IOUs, Guatemalans, or everything. So in order to do a settlement, if you think about it, what does AMC want? They want APE and AMC to merge together, have a reverse split, and then after the reverse split, dilute. So my thinking is just do a share recall at a set price. I don't even care what the price is. They could do it at $5 for all I care. But do you know what will happen to the AMC and APE price a couple of days before the share recall begins? Sweet baby Jesus. So now that you know my thinking on what should be done, if you write a letter to the court, if you feel like I feel, if you see what I see, you can let the judge know, the Vice Chancellor, dear Vice Chancellor, I believe that the only adequate settlement will be for AMC to do a share recall of APE and AMC in order for us to finally resolve the issue of the synthetic dilution and get an official count across the board. This will solve the settlement because AMC would be able to use money to, let's say, get their shares back, which is kind of what they want. They were willing to pay $100 million to get this thing going in order to do the AMC APE merger and the reverse split. So why not just do a recall? The beautiful thing about a recall is that once they get all the shares back, they can't issue them on the market again. They got to issue a new stock, which is what they were going to do anyway. But this way, it's all cleaned up and it benefits us and the company, and it gives the playing field an even like let's face it, for the first time ever, because one, nobody will be able to hold the synthetic or a naked short. All the shorts will have to cover. So I really do believe that people have to start thinking about this. In a normal scenario, I wouldn't go for this. But guess what? We're right now in a court case deciding a settlement that would allow APE and AMC to merge and then have a reverse split. Like, do you understand? A recall will be the best settlement because it cleans everything up. Everybody will then have an opportunity to sell at a price that's going to increase. Think about it. Who's going to short attack a stock that's about to be recalled? Who's going to use synthetics on a share on a stock that's about to become a new stock. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. I can tell you, we did not go to that fucking moon. You know how I know? Because if right now Hyundai Hyundai is like technically trying to come out with electric luxury cars, I mean, not for nothing. You don't think the Koreans would have been on that fucking moon? Anyway, I'm just saying, okay? Huh? Why you speak to me so bad? Anyway, here's the deal. I think that the best settlement is a set price for a share recall, like buyback, and then let AMC, obviously, because it's going to be a set date when this happens, like issuing of a dividend, and then we have the opportunity to get out of this when the price rises. Think about this solution. Like for real, the court can basically say, listen, the numbers all over the place. AMC, you haven't complied with notifying all the shareholders for the opt out. And at the end of the day, here's your court order: recall all shares and issue a new cuspid. Think about it. They were about to pay and Allegheny $100 million. Was it 100 million? I think it was 100 million. $100 million to settle this lawsuit out and out of court. Just get it wrapped up. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, they would spend. I mean, this will be nothing for them because you know how many of us will sell out? They wouldn't even be buying these shares back. We would be done. Oh, the stock would be so much high. Think about that one. Listen, at the end of the day, that's my thought. That's my solution. Like I said, you chime in. You let me know. But I'm just going to enjoy this walk because I got a migraine that could kill a baby horse. So, giant loves. And if I don't show up in a bit, you know what happened. I got the snuggly wugglies and I went to the pillow. So, giant love.